It's time to roll out the first snacks of 2025, and this is going to be a big year. And as big as we are in the States, we're even bigger in Japan. So we are importing 3 Japanese snacks and giving them the first crack at glory. Time to kick off the new year on You Tried Dat! You Tried Dat! 2025. I'm Nick Novak from the Palace. Chad Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Hey, new year.
Yeah.
You guys know we were big in Japan?
I did. I heard that.
Yeah, you know, when I was in Japan, there was You Tried Dat billboards all over. You know, they have this 3D cat billboard in Tokyo where it looks like it's like a 3D cat kind of thing. And then right next to it is a 3D You Tried Dat billboard. And it's just our fat... They actually can only fit one of our fat asses on the billboard at a time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a true story.
Yes, Chester-san. Saying what needed to be said.
Cum gutter san. All the good stuff.
Happy New Year.
Got in that first cum gutters in 2025. Check.
All right, so
Ernie von San. It just said Ernie San Schladorn. That's what I should have said.
Okay, so a man, you know, people get trapped in wells. You know how that comes up, right?
Frequently, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it happened. It happened. He did it again.
Oh shit!
The guy got trapped in a well and was down there. This is in Thailand. He's down there calling for help. All right, this is in November. And instead of, helping him when the people would hear it,
they filmed it on their iPhones. Man trapped in well, streaming on TikTok.
Wrote this article.
Logan Paulson.
I don't think they want him back in Japan, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that's...
And so it says that the villagers heard the noises and mistook it for a ghost or wizard chanting spells.
What was he yelling?
Hey, there's a ghost in the well saying, "Suck my dick."
Get me the fuck out of here. Oh, Jesus, a wizard
God.
and his spells.
Wizard trapped in an amulet of some sort. Did he keep yelling abracadabra? Was that his strategic error?
I think it was an area with like some different languages. Maybe so, like they didn't necessarily understand what he was saying.
Help me in that language sounds like "you shall not pass." Oh, it must be a wizard. Okay.
It said that the people were just avoiding going near it because the word got around that the well was haunted, and so instead of
around. Hey, where's Bob? I don't know, but let me tell you about this haunted well over there.
It's a shame Bob never came back to his family. However, there is an apparition of sorts in that well.
This wizard is taunting us by sounding like Bob.
This is fucking Bob. Don't fall for it. Don't
Nice
get close.
try.
What sorcery is this, demon? It's not a fucking demon, it's Bob.
It's me. You're my brother, Bill. Get me the fuck up.
Okay, Bob. Okay, yeah, classic prank. Fucking wizard.
So how long should he stay in there? But 3 days.
3 days in a well?
Wait,
he
he got
for 3
around
days
that it
straight.
was haunted in 3 days? How quickly does gossip fly through this fucking town?
A whole lore was established instantly, yeah.
It's like the old sitcom where there's like one person calls the next and then a split screen and then they call the next one and it just goes through the whole town.
It's the social media age.
No, that's true.
So just go to
wait a minute, was he-
hauntedwell.com.
He's floating around in a well, like just treading water for 3 days?
I think it was a dry well. He just fell.
Oh, shit. The ghost is hurting.
The ghost
Man.
keeps talking about how its leg broke falling down this dry well. Don't go any closer.
So who found it?
Yeah. So eventually,
Ghostbusters?
yes, eventually it was Ghostbusters.
Dan Aykroyd, he comes anywhere there's a ghost. Dan Aykroyd's coming looking. Oh, can someone down this well blow me? Okay.
Dan Aykroyd came running, stripped down, and dove into the well.
Penis akimbo, ready for action.
It says it was 12 meter deep dry well. 12 meters is deep,
get out?
but it's not that deep. Not to get out, but like it's not like the voice is coming from like a mile away. Right?
Another world from the upside down. Yeah, you could probably throw a rock out of the well from there.
I can see you, you prick. Get rescued me.
Get rescued.
This wizard has made himself look like the crumpled corpse of Bob.
The Bob I knew didn't have 2 broken legs, so I don't believe you for one.
I like how like it's the social media era. Not one person tried to debunk a myth on social media, just using X to share shitty fan-made theories about who's in the well.
The Bob I know lives in that house over there, not this well down here. So you're clearly not Bob.
Isn't that how the Blair Witch was filmed? It was like
I went to tell Bob someone was impersonating him, and he didn't even answer because he's so fucking embarrassed.
Must be part of the wizard's spell.
So, yeah, that's the thing that happened. That's a big news story.
2025. The intro stories are still shitty.
They still devolve to Dan Aykroyd running with his penis out. That's what they end up as. They all
there was this guy who fell into a well, and then they thought he was a ghost. Yeah, well.
Couldn't quite explain it. He'd always just been there.
He'd always just been there in his house and not in a well.
Until a horny Aykroyd came into
And then he tried to get hard because the ghost was gonna blow him.
Aykroyd just has an alert on his phone for any ghost story.
He's got Google
unlimited funds to fly to.
He's got a Google alert for ghost and just pops a Viagra and hops on the nearest plane.
Dan was pretty upset when he found out it was a real guy who wasn't gonna blow him. Yeah.
So then he broke his other leg.
That's what the wizard sounds like when he's casting a spell.
Okay. 3 snacks, 5-point scale. The snacks are all from Japan. Chad, do you have any story of picking these up?
Yeah, I wanted to get more than one episode worth of Japanese snacks, but as I mentioned on an earlier episode, turns out I had pneumonia the whole time I was in Japan. So watch out for the viruses that I coughed all over the snack wrappers, probably.
Riddled with pneumonia.
Yeah, so I just on the last day, I hobbled into a 7-Eleven and just grabbed a bunch of stuff. So there you go.
Okay, so the first one, we're going to do the Hershey's Choco Roll. Hershey's Choco Rolls, hazelnut cream, milk chocolate coated wafer, roll with hazelnut cream. So these are a bit, there's 2 sticks in there. They are a bit thicker than like a Pocky.
Yeah.
Feels similar to like the top of one.
So it's a chocolate coated round wafer, kind of the size of like a boba straw. You guys ever get boba, or slightly bigger than a normal straw. And there's some cream on the inside, supposedly hazelnut cream.
Geiger, going to be the first rater of this Hershey Choco roll. You are not always super positive on the hazelnut, as much as we may be. So what do you think?
I'm not. You're right. However, and I could be wrong. Not for them. But this hazelnut tastes more like chocolate to me. And maybe it's just because there's so much chocolate on the outside of the roll that it's like blending in with the cream in the middle.
Yeah.
I actually think this is pretty fucking good. Like the chocolate seems good. It is Hershey's chocolate, I'm guessing, but so it's not like earth shattering, but
good
I
guess.
don't mind.
It says Hershey's on the box, yeah.
I don't mind
How'd you piece that one together, Sherlock?
I read this lore on the internet. This might be Hershey's. I didn't want to investigate myself.
This bar is a wizard pretending to be a Hershey bar.
God damn it. Bob, this is one hell of a way to make me suck your dick. I stuck it in my mouth and I bit it off. I think it's pretty tasty. There's a decent amount of the hazelnut cream. Not obviously the gooey fountain they show in the wrapper, but
right.
The chocolate on the outside is good. The wafer's crispy. I think it's a solid like that. These are tasty. I feel like we've had something like this before. I don't remember what it is, but it's good.
Jed, you agree?
Yeah, I do agree. I love Nutella, hazelnut cream. This isn't like the same kind of like, rich, creamy flavor that I get from Nutella, but it's more really, Geiger's right. It really just kind of tastes like a chocolate cream, a slightly different flavor of chocolate. The wafer's got a nice crunch. This thing didn't blow me away completely, but I think it is pretty tasty. It's a solid like that.
Wow. You guys have started off this year by saying what needed to be said.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I set out to do.
I said, tastes like chocolate. Hazelnut flavor's not very strong. It's tasty. I could definitely eat these, no problem. I'm going to give it a third like that. You've got a welcome visitor.
Good
Start off the year in a positive note.
Yeah, I like that. Nice.
I did just say last episode we need more hates, but here we go anyway.
Next,
oh wait, hold on. Can I change mine? It's fucking terrible.
There we go.
We're going to go back to this, the company Lottie, which we have a lot of snacks from.
A lot of
and
snacks.
have the Crunky Crunch Chocolate. There's the box, Geiger, since you don't have it.
I've got these little
Crunky,
gold bars.
Yeah, that's right. They are wrapped, like, it's almost the identical wrapped size of like an Andes mint. Individually wrapped in a gold wrapping.
We used to get pretty crunk back in the day, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Crunky.
Yeah.
Three notorious crunks, us.
Yeah.
Fall down wells.
Some filthy crunks just for
Some people get blackout drunk. We get fall down well drunk. That's what we do.
So it is like sort of like a crunch bar on the inside. Chad, you're going to rate first. What do you think?
I think I am the most liking of crisped rice of the three of us. I love a crunch bar. I love a crackle. This is very much crackle-esque in some ways, but the flavor of the chocolate is not quite there for me. I don't know if it's not sweet enough or just not the kind of chocolate that my shitty American palate is sort of expecting. I still think it's a well-made bar. I like the crisp rice. It has a good flavor. I am still going to give it a like that, but I am I was hoping for a Love Dat from this one, honestly. So I am slightly let down.
I don't like a crackle. I would pass on a crackle. If he handed me one, I probably wouldn't even eat it.
Give it to me.
Really?
Crunch Bars, okay. But again, it's like one of those things where it doesn't taste bad and I'm not wasting my sweet intake on something like that. And I probably feel pretty similar about this. And actually the chocolate aftertaste isn't as... Maybe it's like Chad said, it's not something I'm used to having.
Yeah, there's something with the aftertaste there, yeah.
It's not terrible, but I just don't probably even see eating the rest of these. I'm going to give it a high level indifferent to that. To me, it's a bit of a letdown. Geiger?
I'm not a big crackle or crunch bar guy. I'm not going to turn them down. I'm not like so highfalutin I can't eat a fucking crunch bar.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. High Society over there.
Mm-hmm.
Very high society.
Yeah.
It's handy snacks.
He eats all his candy bars with a fork and knife.
Did I tell you about the time my uncle ate, my kind of high society uncle ate a donut with a fork and knife?
No, I would remember that setup. I think
my brother David, shout out Dave.
What does this do?
My brother David's wedding, he had donuts instead of a wedding cake, which was the donuts were fucking great. It was an awesome move. And I remember like my stepbrother came running over and he's like, look at Uncle Steve. And I like look over, he's sitting there with a fork and knife, like slicing the donut into little pieces and eating it like it's a porterhouse. This is so funny.
Did he like cut into it and the waiter was like, is it to your liking, sir?
I send this donut back. It's like a hockey puck.
I could maybe see it if he was like wearing a really nice suit and didn't want to get like frosting all over it or something. It's maybe a nicer way to eat it. Or was he wearing like racing gloves or something?
No, I mean, like, I don't know. Because, I mean, whatever nice clothes anybody was wearing were all fucked anyways because it was raining like a bitch and it was an outdoor wedding. So
is he pairing it with red or white?
Weirdly blue. No, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. Anyways, so that's my uncle.
I'm just picturing him like wind whipping his hair, like raining sideways, like calmly sawing to the last bit of his fucking apple Danish or whatever the fuck he's eating.
I think he just had like a regular chocolate frosted.
Did you ever give this thing a rating, Geiger, or no?
No,
I interrupted.
No, I didn't. Are you good now?
Well, would you like to?
Nah, I'm good.
Geiger, get to the rating.
I thought it tasted fine. I don't think there was as big a problem with the chocolate as the two of you did. I guess I would probably eat a Nestle Crunch Bar over this. So I'm just going to give it a mild like that. I think they're good. They're tasty. Nothing.
Okay. The Choco Roll's still in the lead. And we've got Dars coming up. Dars Milk.
We got Dars.
Dars Milk,
We're going to
buddy.
spit Dars.
Okay, so a little over a year ago, we did a segment where I talked about various mall Santas and how they handled situations. Mm-hmm. And we called it Bad Santa or Rant Santa. But now we're going to talk about some different mascots and how they've handled some different situations. All right, so we're going to rotate this and just have it... bad mascot or rad mascot. And in this case, it is
brilliant.
This is a Disney edition. All of these stories are from various websites of people who have either been mascots or encountered mascots. And you're going to tell me if how the person in the Disney character, of how they handled it was radical or if they did a bad job of
or
doing
badical.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean... This
needs a sabbatical.
This segment is made like we all three love mascots. The funniest fucking thing on the planet is mascots doing goofy shit. Whether it's Spider-Man twerking or fucking whatever it was, like the Hulk half-court dunking or whatever. Ronald McDonald training threes. That's what it was.
Yeah.
The Hulk half-court dunking.
It's a mascot, not the real fucking Hulk.
I was thinking about the Ronald McDonald stuff.
Yo, half-court dunk.
Hulk smash breaks the rim.
Hulk playing NBA Jam in real life.
I love when mascots leap 60 feet through the air.
It kind of makes you wonder why they're not in the NBA.
All right, here's the first one. I met my ex at Disney World, and she was almost always getting injured by guests. They would grab a hold of Donald's bill and yank it. They'd pull noses, beaks, ears, etc.
Wow.
But when I played Mickey, Macho Man would want to see how strong of a grip Mickey had, so I showed them my grip. Okay, so this is a guy.
Who's the fucking meathead chose? Like, I'm going to squeeze Mickey's hand until he crumples into a heap. Like, what the fuck? These losers.
Well, my kid looks up to Mickey more than me. Time to fix that.
See, kid, Mickey's a giant pussy.
Well, they didn't know what they bargained for when Brock Lesnar was in the Mickey Mouse suit and squeezed back, staring into the man's eyes.
Yes, a dead-eyed stare as the guy's knuckles pop on the
if
joint.
you call a doctor now, you can still
live. Is your vagina hurt too?
You hear that cracking? That's your knuckles. All right. So, Chad, do you think the way this Mickey handles things, which is by he sees a Macho Man comes to squeeze Mickey's hand, and he squeezes back even harder? Is that good or bad?
I mean, I've got no sympathy for a fucking Macho Man that wants to prove how strong he is against like some probably poor college kid. You know, like I'm going to go pick on this like 24-year-old like weakling that's in a Mickey Mouse costume. Like that's just so what's wrong with this country in a nutshell, basically. So whatever you want to do.
Handshakes? Yeah. That's the first thing we're going to fucking fix? Look, I'm running on a platform of no more firm handshakes for Mickey Mouse.
I mean that attitude of like, I'm going to be the toughest fuck, you know, but also, no more Mickey handshakes. And no more daylight savings times. Those two things.
God damn it, Mickey, explain how COVID started in China. This goddamn country.
If the world is round, how come there's also Mickeys in Florida and Disneyland and also Tokyo? Explain that.
I can't trust a man who can't blink.
How come I can be at Epcot and look from Japan to England and there's no curve?
I noticed no one in the China area got COVID. Isn't that weird? As I drink my Wuhan hurricane.
So what did you officially go with, Jay?
I'm going to go with Rad for this Mickey.
Gaggery, what do you think?
Pulls Mickey in real tight. Did you get the jab? Oh, what the fuck? Leave me alone. I hate that dumb thing. Even when I'm not dressed as Mickey, which I never am, like getting like when you get in, like you shake somebody's hand, some guy you just met, and they have to try to do the iron grip. Like, just fucking shake my hand, you dumb fuck.
Shaking hands.
We don't need to crush my knuckles. There was this guy. We still say this at work once in a while. I went to a coworker's wedding one time. There was a guy that no longer works there. I haven't seen him in forever. But he was just your stereotypical meathead, like wore the Affliction t-shirt. Oh, my chair almost broke. He was so fucking powerful, he broke chairs.
You fucking meathead.
Squeezing that chair too tight.
He would like walk around like no neck, dickhead. And like he was really weird. And we were all at this wedding, and I think we had some stuff to drink. And at the end of it, this was like back when my son was still on his way, and my wife is pregnant, and he just turns to me. We're saying our goodbyes at the end of the night. He grabs my hand, and he is like trying to break every fucking bone in my hand, and he's just vigorously shaking, going, "Take care of that baby for me. Take care of that baby for me." I'm like, "Get the fuck off me!" So we still say "take care of that baby for me" at work once in a while.
Take care of that baby. It's actually my baby. I fucked your wife. Oh, what the fuck?
Whoa! That's an alpha move. Don't shake a man's hand. You knock up his wife. Minnie Mouse is pregnant now. This is stupid. I look. It's stupid that people try to do this to Mickey. It's also equally dumb for Mickey, whose job is to provide wonder to kids, not to try to out macho their dads. Mm-hmm, so maybe just take the fucking handshake. You've got all the padding in the costume. Just deal with it. Move on. I think that's bad, mascot.
I fucking dare you to call Mad Hatter them, Mickey. I dare
you. Mickey, explain why Space Mountain leaves behind chemtrails as it goes, huh?
It's a real small world, Mickey, if you know what
I mean. Next one's about Minnie. I knew a guy who wore a Minnie Mouse costume. He told me almost all the guys would put their hands around his waist. He wouldn't dare talk, or else they would hear his manly voice, and that might piss them off. Okay.
Wait, the behavior we're judging is the person being mute? Is that...
Yeah. The behavior... It might not surprise you, but very few of these Disney mascots go around just fucking shit up. So the behavior you're going to judge is going to be very mundane.
Only once in a while did I give them the stone cold stutter. So wait, this guy was being demure, so was not upset. This guy's like... treating him like a female mouse? Yeah.
Puts I don't know, they're fucking grabbing Minnie's waist for her. God damn, Minnie, you look good.
Minnie, you got that gat.
You got a nice set, Minnie.
So the guy
If I remember one thing at Minnie Mouse at Disney World, it's her giant cans bouncing around.
So Geiger, you're judging, is that a good move to just remain mute instead of being like, I'm a dude?
Put your hand a little lower, stick a finger up my ass while you're at it.
I think there's probably 3 ways to go. Just be mute, which he did. Be very clearly a dude, which ruins like also the kids' fantasy of like that being Minnie. Or be like,
hey kids, Minnie's a 12-pack a day smoker now. That's why I sound like this.
Like,
hey, hands off, Chuck. Come on.
Or be like, sir, that's inappropriate. Mickey's gonna kick your ass, like, or something like that. Like, be in character. So, I think it sends a bad message.
Behind the fucking teacups, then we'll see.
How about you have a handshake off with my husband? Bring out Royd's mouse. He just comes out fucking jacked up. F5s him through the fucking Tomorrowland's place.
Disney named him Royd's mouse. I mean, Natty Mouse is what I meant. That's not right.
I meant HGH Mouse.
Oh, that's awesome. Natty Mouse. Look at me, I'm Natty, baby. He's just like flexing his giant tit. All-American mouse right here. Beefcake.
So, Geiger, what do you think?
I think, this, again, bad mascot. I would have, like, probably stayed in character, pretended to be Minnie, and tried to tell them to keep their hands to themselves.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think this is all you really can do. Probably going to get fired if you like say anything or whatever. It's
don't allow yourself to get groped by a Disney visitor.
But I mean, if you're a guy, is it really being groped? Or is it? If it's me, I mean, what are they groping? Like, I got rolls and rolls of love handles over here. Like, before they get to anything meaningful, they got to
Just on the ground, tit fucking you. Like, have you been to Tomorrowland?
Oh, when you're done here, you should check out the Haunted Mansion. The line's only a half hour long.
Tweak my mini nipples while you're at it, okay? I want to get a little pleasure out of this.
Maybe when you're in the Haunted Mansion, you can see Bob.
Maybe you're right. I guess this is an opportunity to at least try to teach these fucking creep losers a lesson.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll say bad.
All right, so next we're going to the Star Wars land of Disney World. It says, I hugged Darth Vader as a little kid because I didn't know who he was. And that was what I did with all of the characters. He glared at me and then looked at the stormtrooper next to him and then pointed his blaster at me.
First of all, isn't Galaxy's Edge only a couple years old? How aged did this guy get in the last 5 years?
I think they had Star Wars stuff walking around for like a little while, yeah.
All right, so Chad, he hugs Darth. Darth confusedly looks at Stormtrooper and then points his gun at the kid. Of course, Darth Vader, famous for holding blaster.
Having a gun.
Darth Vader, classic NRA member. Darth Vader's from Saukville. He likes his guns.
There we go. First Saukville
Darth
mention of the
Vader
year.
doesn't carry guns. Just try to take it away from me.
I'm using the Force to glue it to my hand, motherfucker. Let's see what you can do.
All right, Chad, what do you think? Well,
yeah, I don't think you can point a gun at a little kid. That seems kind of crossing the line, even if it's a fantasy blaster or whatever. So I'm gonna say bad.
Geiger?
At least command the stormtrooper to point the gun, because the stormtrooper will miss.
Did you? I get staying in characters as Darth Vader is kind of funny, like where you don't want like the kid hugging you. Having him be point blank executed with a pistol is probably not the right message Disney would like you to send.
Any last words? And you make the kid kneel and just put the gun right up on the back of their skull.
The last thing you remember is paying $15 for a fucking taco. Wow.
Your brains are going to be the consistency of Dole Whip. Blap.
And then Darth Vader curb stomped my brother.
And then I watched him teabag the corpse.
Yeah, I think this is rad. I think this is hilarious that he went to cap a kid in front of his parents. He remembers it still. It's a cool experience. Life comes at you fast, kid. Wow.
Next, ex-cast member here. My job was to walk the parade route and make sure that kids didn't dart out in front of floats and such. Characters would often be playful along the route, winking and making silly faces, and sometimes even dance with us security workers. One day, Baloo came up to me mid-dance and proceeded to bow to me. He happened to be wearing some sort of crown or something on his head with a point on top, and he smacked me right in the mouth with the star, cutting it open and giving me a fat lip. Baloo stood upright and stopped dancing and just stared at me as I bled. Then they tried to grab my hands to pull me aside, but their handler took them and ushered them along. So Baloo smacks the shit out of the security worker, stares at them as they bleed.
And then Baloo pulled out a gun to finish the job.
Look for the bear in the... Oh, shit. I'm sorry, Danny. Yeah, I'm surprised he could see out of those eyes. I just imagine you're just blind to everything and someone's just pointing you in the right direction of where to stumble.
Maybe that's why he's just staring at the guy.
He didn't know what it
I want to see the film of the parade happening behind him and just like Baloo just staring slack-jawed at this guy's blood gushes out of his face. And he just leans in. Is that where you wanted to stop? Then shut the fuck up next time. Yeah,
right,
Baloo
Guy,
is a pretty... Yeah, well, I mean, Baloo's a pretty gregarious guy. I don't know why he had a crown.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck did he ever rule? Piece of shit, Baloo. He's a lazy piece
Maybe it
of
was
crap.
like the Baloo, like the tailspin Baloo with like the hat or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's a great call out, Novak. You got right to the heart of that.
Yeah, probably Tailspin Baloo.
I was hoping you were going to say like sometimes the characters dance with him. Baloo came up and started like twerking on me or something. That would have been funny. Like apple bottom jeans. Like Baloo's just breaking it down to the.
Baloo put his arm around my waist and then proceeded to guide me into a train position while he grinded on my ass.
When they started playing WAP during the parade, Baloo came over. There's a bear in this house. There's a bear in this house. Just like fucking. I'm gonna
make your tail spin.
Because I'm the Tailspin Baloo, get it?
I want to see your bare necessities. I think this is
Nice, Baloo.
Does that work?
Baloo, you're not supposed to fucking talk.
Yeah, but
Baloo,
the Tailspin Baloo talks, okay?
Yeah, we'll write the material from now on, Baloo. I think.
Hey there, top heavy.
Pull out them fangs, Baloo.
Pull him up. Tailspin Baloo. Here, pull him up.
Introducing himself as Tailspin Baloo.
Hey, you back there.
Hey, you.
Dump him out for Tailspin Baloo.
Hey, this isn't regular Baloo, okay? I'm Tailspin Baloo. You can show me. You can show one titty. Just show me one titty. So wait, what am I judging? Whether it's okay that this guy belted somebody in the face?
I don't know.
Yes, it's an accident. I want to be forgiving to Baloo. Seems like a pretty cool dude. He is from
Since it's a
Tailspin.
Tailspin Baloo.
Yeah, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say this is a rad mascot.
All right, so Chad, what do you think?
I mean, you can't slice somebody's face open and be considered rad. You know what I mean? Like the handler.
You want to know how I got these scars? It was from Tailspin Baloo.
I was standing at the parade, and Tailspin Baloo comes up. He's telling ladies to dump him out. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think, like, obviously, like, probably the Baloo had no idea, like, what he had done, and, you know, he's probably staring at him. He can only see him from the nose up, so he has no idea. You know, he's waiting for that guy to do something. Baloo, one of the funnier characters, by the way, like that. Sounds like a hilarious scene to have witnessed. But I hope at least the handlers alerted Baloo to what he did so we could find the guy later and apologize. So I'm going to go bad, even though it was an accident.
All right, we got 3 more here. Wasn't me directly, but on a Disney cruise, Captain America was happy to play along as we made, quote, America's ass jokes with other guests. That's the entire thing. So... apparently they're making jokes about how Captain America is America's ass or has a great ass. I'm not sure.
That's a line from the movie.
Oh, is it?
It's from the Avengers. Like they said, I don't remember. He said something like, "That's America's ass." Like I think it was Ant-Man made the joke, and then later when he fights himself, he looks down and goes, "That is America's ass," or something like that.
Wow.
So it is like a
just
reference.
Great
to the Marvel
writing
movies.
in the MCU.
Yeah.
Wow. Just these amazing films. Peak of cinema.
Well, the lead screenwriter was Tailspin Baloo, so adds up.
Tailspin Baloo snapped him out of existence while he was looking at his own.
enough.
Hey, ass heavy.
Remember when Thor
Tailspin?
Remember when Thor kept ordering women to dump him out in the movie? Doesn't it all make sense now?
No, that was Tailspin Thor, so it was okay.
Oh, okay.
He had the hat.
Put him on the Tesseract.
Oh.
All right, so this Captain America plays along with the America's ass jokes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Chad, do you think that is a okay thing to do or not?
I guess, there's so many kids at Disney and stuff, but I guess, like, if there's not kids around and, like little kids, and it is from the movie, I guess I could see it happening and being okay in that sense, but I don't know, it's still not funny. I think I'm just going to squeak it into bad, I think, still.
Geiger, what do you think if he looks both ways first? Looking around for kids.
No kids, right? All right, yeah, I got that ass.
America's ass. America's dumper right here. I think what's confusing to me is, like, because I don't know how these cruises work. I've never been on one. But, like, you're just, eating lunch and some guy walks up to your table and, like, yeah, that's America's ass. Like, I'm eating a fucking burger. Leave me alone.
Puts his ass next to your plate.
Which country's ass do you think this is? Sticks it right in your face.
Or, like, just trying to lay out and read a book,
country.
and the guy's, like, lowering his ass onto the pages of my book. I'm like, America's ass. So leave me alone.
You don't like that? Then you're going to hate America's cock and balls, because that's good.
Ironically, it's the Hulk.
Just you wait for America's taint.
The Hulk is going to show you his taint when he dunks on you from half court. Bring him out!
Hulk posterized with America's taint.
Lick this, tailspin balloon, just like hooping up with him on the court. Get a good whiff. Hulk have no post game. I would say this is pretty terrible. This is a bad mascot. No one wants you walking around making dumb fucking ass jokes.
Tailspin Baloo
right.
slices Hulk's throat open with his crown as he's posterizing him. Just ball blood gushing all over the court.
Lifelike costume. All right. I played one of the fairies for the Tinkerbell Palace. Beyond the pretty much daily occurrence of old dads hitting on me, the weirdest thing that happened was with a 4-year-old little girl was excited to get a picture with Tinkerbell. But she was also very busy, so I volunteered to do pictures and entertain the little girl while they waited. The mom was a bitch about the idea and rudely said that she was there to see Tinkerbell and not off-brand fairies.
Oh, wow.
So I shrugged it off and moved on. Okay,
Yeah.
so probably pretty clear that perhaps this is the right thing to do, but maybe you do it a little bit differently. Geiger, what do you think?
Wait, so what fairy was she then?
She was like, there's a Tinkerbell Palace where you sit and wait to see Tinkerbell.
Oh, okay. So she
Then
was
there
like
was
one
like
of the...
other. She was like, yeah, just
she was an ancillary fairy.
Well, I think there's a Tinkerbell show where there's like 10 fairies on there now, and like
Yeah.
with Tinkerbell the main one. So she's probably one of these. Like,
right. Like how Ariel
D-list
has like 10
fairies or whatever.
sisters.
Yeah. What a fucking bitch. Yeah, she's only here for the real Tinkerbell, which is just some other random chick in a fucking different colored costume. You asswipe.
Definitely something my shitty 3-year-old can even tell at this point, which fairy is which.
Yeah.
You're not a guy in that costume, right? Show me your can so I can make sure.
Just some big fat dude with a beard. Oh, which fairy are you? I'm Doug. Oh, neat. My daughter wants Tinkerbell, not a guy. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I got Fairyland's ass. Check it out.
She probably played this correctly. This is not her fault. There's nothing to be
Did you
gained.
see
by
me
being
go
a
through
bitch.
my legs on that dunk? What the fuck do you think I am?
I'm Stefan Marbury. I'm a fairy now on this cruise ship. I need money. I would say probably this is a rad mascot. She did nothing. She did her job. Nothing to be gained from making a stink. But yeah, that lady's a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, it's not worth when you have a shit mom like that. It's not worth like the confrontation or whatever. I do feel bad for that kid, both because her mom sucks balls, but also because like, like maybe there's an opportunity like, oh, but here, and then like, the kid missed out on like a fun chance to hang out with this other fairy that I'm sure the kid would have loved. So that part's sad, but I think the fairy did the right thing. So rad.
I'm not here for an off-brand Baloo. I'm here for Jungle Book Baloo.
That fucking Tailspin Baloo out of my face.
I'm not familiar with
GTFO.
Tailspin version of Baloo. I need the original Baloo, please.
All right, last one. As a dwarf, your head is inside the hat and your face is inside the stomach. And the face is on the stomach. So
I was like, wait,
What?
how do you contort yourself? I don't know what the fuck.
Fucking David Copperfield's dwarf exhibit.
We slice you in half and rearrange your body. It's in the employment contract.
Holy shit.
your head's inside the hat and the face is on your stomach.
Okay.
Being Anaheim, it was really hot that summer day, and we were going around following Snow White, and a little kid saw me, Doc, and ran up to give me a hug. As he was hugging Doc, the plastic that made up the face started melting inwards.
Oh, God.
And the kid was screaming, "I killed Doc."
If only.
The character handlers quickly rushed me through one of the secret passages by pirates and got me out of the costume. Okay. I don't know what else you'd expect the character to do.
Was this Disneyland Mercury? Where the fuck were they?
No, I'm still alive. I just, just gushing blood.
Picturing the Doc face looking like the end of Total Recall. Just like, holy shit.
What have you done to me?
Why couldn't you do this to one of the off-brand dwarfs?
There's Jumpy and Bouncy over there. Go play with them.
This is my livelihood, you little shit.
I'm Doc. I'm like one of the main ones. What the fuck?
See, the real problem here is my head is in the toes, and my face is in the ass, and my butt's on the asshole. My dick is here. I don't know where the fucking... This is melting all in reverse order.
I've been Copperfield to shit, okay? Can you give me a break?
I'm Frankendwarf. I have no fucking idea how to eat in this fucking thing.
Okay, Chad, what do you think?
Put me out of my misery. Melt more of me. I don't want to live anymore.
Holding the kid's face against the...
Now you can truly see.
So the behavior I'm judging is him getting rushed away by security guards or whatever. Okay.
Instead of, I guess, creating a new backstory.
This is how I will now look in all the future sequels.
They remake Snow White and Doc's face is horribly burned. It always was, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's Doc. He was thrown into a fire by his brother, the Mountain, when he was a little boy.
Oh, that's Tailspin, Doc. Don't worry about it.
He flies one of those fire planes.
Yeah.
Propeller to the face is what it's about.
Yeah, Doc over there. He put his he tried to squeeze one too many Mickey's hands, and then the Hulk Mickey came over and fucked him up. for his efforts.
Tried to take a charge on the Hulk.
Shattered his jawbone.
America's taint smashed the fuck out of his face as he was getting posterized. Yeah, it's pretty rad that they ran away.
Can you imagine the
think,
fucking therapy for that kid? Like hugging the dwarf and coming back, and his face is melting off of his body to reveal a man's torso. That is ghoulish. This is not cool. I think this guy almost got like 3rd-degree burns having to fucking play a dwarf at Disney World. So bad mascot. I mean, not bad on the mascot. He couldn't control the temperature, but it's a bad situation.
Okay, that'll do it. It's time for our last snack, the Dars milk.
Dar. We're Dars.
It's a Dars milk package for you, Geiger.
Oh, thanks. That clears it up.
Pretty
Got
fancy.
a fucking panda and some snowman. A snowman on there.
Fucking panda. You're right. It's got a fucking panda on it.
The company is Morinaga. And they are a bunch of little... what would you compare this size to?
I mean, it's like slightly smaller than like a Crackle or Hershey's Mini kind of thing.
Yeah. If I ever had like a Frango mint, it's a little in that area.
Yeah, it's like thicker than a Hershey's Mini, but also like not as wide. It is just a pure milk chocolate bar.
Yep.
There is nothing in it. I was expecting maybe some panda meat or something inside, but the box lied to me.
Yeah, I could see that.
We did see a panda in Japan at the zoo.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, my kids
What was
and
his
wife
name?
were very excited.
What 2 syllables in a row was its name?
There's actually 2 pandas, and yeah, hold on. It 100% was that. What was it? It's like Lele and Zhao Zhao. So yeah, you're 100%. It was that.
He's doing the Lindy Hop.
This is pretty good chocolate. I think it's like a good version of a chocolate. Like if you were to get a dairy milk type of chocolate in the States, it would be akin to this. So it is tasty. I think it would need, in order to get a love, would probably need something like a little splashier about it. Some kind of add-in, or just something a little original, or just to be heads and tails above the other chocolate bars. And I think it's just akin to ones I've had. What a nice quality chocolate. I am going to give it a very solid like that. I think it's tasty. And so, Geiger, what do you think?
Yeah. I think it's tricky to rate these sometimes because it's just, there's nothing to it. It's just chocolate. So, but it is very, I think, well-made chocolate. It's tasty chocolate. I don't know if this would be, it feels like slightly higher quality than like a Hershey's kind of thing. I don't know if it's to the level of like a Cadbury, but it's somewhere in that range between those two spots. So yeah, it's fairly straightforward like that. These are fine candies. They're tasty.
Okay, the Hershey's Choco Rolls did get 3 likes earlier in the episode, and the Dars Milk currently has 2 likes. So it's anybody's game here. Chad, what do you think?
I have to say, I am surprised, Novak. I thought if any of us would give it a love dat, it would be you, as you are Mr. Plain Chocolate Bar.
I did consider it, but it just didn't get there.
All right. Well, I think I also do enjoy a plain chocolate bar on occasion, not as often as you, but I will get it. I will eat, a plain Hershey's bar. I think the comparison here to like a dairy milk actually is spot on. This is clearly a high quality of chocolate. It is very creamy. It's quite tasty. It's got, I think, the right amount of sweetness. I actually like this size. To me, that's kind of like a differentiator. I think this is a very good size of just sort of like popping 1, or in this case 3 or 4 squares into my mouth. Worked out pretty well. I am gonna go there. I'm gonna give this My first Love Dat of the year. I think it's delicious.
Wow. Chad had heard his score from last episode a bit lower, but he's coming out strong this year to an early high number of high ratings here.
I look forward to bringing that down over the course of the year as we eat more fucking like protein bars and spicy shit and whatever the fuck
else. It is the winner, the Dar's Milk, and probably well earned.
Yeah,
I would go either way between personally. Geiger, which would you have chosen between the
probably the hazelnut sticks? But I mean, these are fun.
I may have done that too. Yeah, I might have done that too. So Chad's love did really give it the win because I think it would have lost the tie. So, Geiger, where can the listeners contact us?
If you've ever been a mascot character, or if you've ever been like talked down to as a non-essential fairy, if you have ever, partied with Tailspin Blue, tell me how that fucking guy does. Does he just pull ladies? Does he have a VIP access to every club in town?
How much tail does he spin? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, he seems like the fucking cock of the walk, that Tailspin Blue. He can cut motherfucker up and just keep going down the parade like it was nothing. If you've ever been capped in the head by Darth Vader in a very non-cannons-like event where he has a handgun instead of a lightsaber or the Force, kind of seems unfair that the guy with the Force also has a blaster in his hand, but all right, cool. Maybe it was just set to stun. Who knows? That's probably Star Trek. I'm going to get shit from the nerds for that. Let us know what you think of our snacks. Let us know what you think of our ratings. If you've ever been trapped in a well, reach out. We'll come find you. Remember that way back in the beginning of the episode where the guy was in a fucking well? And
remember
Dan Aykroyd
early in the
trying to get him to
episode
suck his dick?
when Dan Aykroyd was on a plane to fuck every ghost that moves? Remember that part?
Remember Dan Aykroyd's new show on Sci-Fi called Ghost Head, where he just goes around and tries to get ghost dome from every.
He's kind of the Afterlife's ass when you think about it, Dan Aykroyd.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of. Yeah,
or he's trying to get all the Afterlife ass he can.
Ghost Rider. That's based on Dan Aykroyd.
It's a bit different type of ride, I suppose. But yeah. Do you remember Marvel's Ghost Rider about a superhero would fuck ghosts until they went away? Leave now. I've come. Anyway, if you have suggestions for what kind of snacks we should try, want to feedback about what we talked about today, you can get a hold of us at youtrydat@gmail.com. We're on YouTube and X and Instagram and Facebook. If you want to let your friends and family know about the podcast, that'd be great. If you want to leave us a review or like or stars or anything like that, that'd be great. And as always, thank you for listening.
Okay, so let's say you have access to all the theme parks. Is there a character there that you're going to go out of your way to make sure you like? There's really one you want a photo with. Who's it going to be?
We're talking Disney.
And I went. It could be anyone. So I went to Universal a year ago, and I really wanted to get like some Simpsons photos because I grew up liking the Simpsons. And I also really wanted a Shrek photo because he just looked fucking hilarious.
That's where I was going. I was like, what is the funniest looking character that you could get a picture with? Like, for me, it would probably be just like, what's the funniest looking bear, which might be Baloo. Or, I mean, the country bear, Jamboree bears are the funniest fucking things in the world to me.
I'm assuming Pocahontas doesn't dump them out for you.
Yeah, you're always a big Transformer kid, weren't you? Do you remember?
No.
Was that false? Oh,
I have I never saw the movie.
I was a big Transformer kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think Goofy has always been my favorite Disney.
Oh, yeah, you got hard for Goofy. Sorry.
Remember I was a big Goofy kid, which was
Goofy
true.
Your favorite character?
Fucking hilarious. Man with his no social graces. Gorsh is a great catchphrase. He served in the military. He was part of Goop Troop, so I respect his service.
Put your hand around my waist. Gosh! Grab my ass.
You're staring down the barrel of a blaster.
I'm gonna execute you, Garsh.
Gosh, I don't appreciate the way you're shaking my hand, Garsh. I guess we're just gonna have this standoff. But other than that, I remember when I was a kid, because they had a Ninja Turtles show. My dad was fucking thrilled. He had to wait an hour to watch 4 dudes in a foam rubber suit do a breakdance or whatever. But I got to meet Leonardo, and that was a highlight. That was pretty cool. So any of the turtles, I think would be a good one. Gorsh. Trying to think who else.
What if he was an off-brand turtle? Would you not
So, hey, remember the other turtle, Rembrandt? No, I don't. Monet? Huh? What are we talking about?
Yeah, I think my answer is probably Tailspin Winnie the Pooh. If I had to pick one.
Could you name one more Tailspin character?
I didn't even know
I don't
Baloo
know if
was
I ever
Tailspin.
watched Tailspin Baloo.
Yeah, I never watched.
Tailspin Bagheera? I don't know. Is that one?
I think those guys do show up.
Mowgli.
But some of these characters were Kit, Rebecca Cunningham, just Wildcat, Don Carnage, Dump
Don Carnage sounds fucking rad.
Dump truck him out.
Yes, Dump Truck. It says Dump Truck was a large-breasted northern black bear.
Oh, those big old hairy titties.
Every time he hibernated, he'd come back with a bigger cup size. It was a little suspicious. Maybe some man-made involvement.
That'd be kind of cool to hang out with the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. He looked pretty cool. Oh, no.
Pretty what?
Pretty fucking cool. No, this is obvious. I'd go get hammered with Gaston. You go out in fucking town and get ripped and have like a bunch of like party photos, like of us like doing keg stands and shit. That fucking drunk. We'll hang out.
Now, Gaston's a character you can squeeze someone hand hard. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
it's kind of the
do a hard
point of the
handshake with
character.
that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or like Sebastian from Little Mermaid. You probably don't want to. Just cut that thing right off. 'Cause he's
I'm
a
an
crab.
off-brand Gaston.
I am Tailspin Gaston.
No one executes like Gaston.
Yeah, did you think it was weird when like when the kid hugged Gaston, he looked down and turned to his fellow bar friend and then pulled out a lightsaber and lopped the kid's head off? I don't remember that in Beauty and the Beast at all.
No one slices your face with a crown like Gaston.
Your head's in the stomach, Gaston.
You've been copper fielded, Gaston.
I don't know where any of my face is, Gaston. You have to guard the Hulk, Gaston. What? We're not playing zone defense on Hulk this time, Gaston. Oh, shit. No.
Prepare for America's taint, Gaston.
We're now running the box in one, Gaston.
All right. Huh. That'll do it for this time. We'll be back next time trying out 3 brand new snacks.
This is
Yep.